While others are stock trading time for money, real estate investors are building wealth while they work, sleep, and live their normal daily lives. And today I am showing you how you can see the 3 reasons why real estate is hands down the best part of financial freedom. Not just getting rich here, it is the true freedom perspective. You are entitled to yours. Hey, welcome back. If you watched our last video, you would have learned exactly what real estate investing is, if you don't already know, and how it works. If you haven't yet, I recommend you go and take a look at those videos. They are the foundation for everything that I will be sharing with you here. Today, we will be answering the big question, why? Why? Why is real estate the best part of financial freedom? Because there's the thing. You could invest in stocks, start a business, or work your way up the corporate ladder, but the real estate offers something unique that no other path can match. By the end of this video, you will understand exactly the 3 reasons why I say what I say, that real estate is the ultimate wealth building vehicle. If you go through my reasons, you will know exactly why so many people choose this to financial freedom. Hi, let's dive in. Before we go into the real reasons that I want to share with you here, we need to define the core terms here. When we're talking about financial freedom, what does it mean? It can mean so many things, but most people get it wrong. There is a particular thing it actually means in general. Being rich means you have a lot of money. If you're a doctor, you're making over 400K or more, or if you're a lawyer, you're pulling 300 or more. That's rich. Here's the catch. You will still need to trade your time for money. If you stop working, the money will start coming. Financial freedom is completely different. Financial freedom means your income is not tied to your time. Your assets and your investment all generate enough money to cover your lifestyle without you having to actively work for it. That is the dream, right? Wake up when you want to wake up, spend time with your family, travel around, and of course, pursue your passions. Work other things at the side if you wish, and your investment will be handling the bills. Real estate is one of the fastest and closest and most reliable way to get there. Here are the reasons why. I pick my number 1 as leverage. Yes, leverage. This is the superpower in real estate investing that no other investment can truly match. Here is what I mean. When you invest in stocks, you use your money, right? If you have 50K, you can only buy 50K worth of stocks. That's it. But in real estate, banks can lend you money to buy property and you will not be taking, we are not talking about just your 50K. They can cover up to 75, 80, even 90% of the purchase price. Let me give you an example. Let's say that you have the same amount of money, 50K. With a conventional loan requiring 20 down payment, you can buy yourself 250K property. You just turned your 50K to control a bigger amount of 250K asset. That's 5 times leverage. Now, let's say that the property appreciates just 4% a year, which is pretty conservative. That's 10,000 in appreciation in 1 year. You've made about 20% return on your 50K investment, even though the property went up only 4%. Are you following me? I hope you're following what I'm trying to put down here. The chart here is pretty much simple. I'm not so very good in math, but the simple math, we can all get through it. I hope we can all get through it. That's the power of leverage. You are using the bank's money to multiply your own returns. And here's the best part. The tenant is paying down the mortgage loan for you as well through their own rental payments. Tell me what's better than that. Now, I want to be very clear and very honest with you. If leverage is powerful, but it doesn't come without its risk. If the market drops or if you can't cover your mortgage, leverage can work against you. That's why we teach you here. That's why I try to let you know how to invest smart, choose the right property, and protect yourself. But when used correctly, leverage is the rocket fuel for building wealth. My second reason is multiple profit centers. Real estate offers multiple profit centers working at the same time. In my first video, I showed you an example where we can make money in real estate. Let me quickly remind you. 1 is cash flow, monthly profit after expenses. 2 is appreciation, property value goes up in time. 3 is loan payment, the tenant helps you pay mortgage. 4 is tax benefits that are deductible in thousands. Let me try to explain to you what it looks like over 10 years with a real example. Let's say you buy a property for 300,000, a rental property of course, and you put down 60K. Here's what happens in 10 years. You probably will be getting a minimum of $300 a month for 12 months for 10 years. That would be $36,000 in your pocket. The appreciation goes up for 4% a year. Your property is now worth $444,000. That's exactly $144,000 in equity. And the loan pay down, your tenants have helped you pay about $60,000 of the mortgage and the principal. And the tax saving that comes in as well, roughly $30,000 in taxes through the depreciation and deductions. Inflation protection, of course. Your rent went up with inflation and your mortgage stayed the same, increasing your cash flow every single year. From $60,000 investment. You created over time 270,000 in wealth for the span of 10 years. And that's just one property. Imagine owning 3, 5, 10 properties and doing this simultaneously. I don't think I can emphasize this enough. If you can do the real estate investing, there's no better deal. This is how millionaires are made. Not by working harder, but by owning assets that work for them. Reason number 3, control and tangibility. When you invest in real estate, when you invest in stock market, you are basically a passenger. You have no control over what the CEO does. Whatever the company makes, any good decisions they make, how the market reacts to news, you are along for the ride. But in real estate, you are the driver. You are in the driver's seat. You choose which property to buy, you choose which market to invest, you decide how much rent to charge, you pick your tenants, you decide when to renovate and force the property to appreciate or when not to do so. There's more control in real estate investing over stocks. I know stock costs with advantage. We're going to talk about that in another video. But here you have control. And control means you can actively increase the value of your investment. Of course, there are other factors that might play in, but this is the best scenario. Let's say you have a property for 200,000 that needs some work and invest about 30K in renovations, new kitchen, updated bathroom, fresh paints. Now the property is worth 260. You just created 30,000 in equity by making smart decisions alone. You can't do that with stocks. You can't call up an Apple and say, hey, I think you should redesign the iPhone. But with real estate, you can force appreciation. And here is another huge benefit. It is tangible, it is real, and you can see it, you can touch it, you can visit it. It is not some digital numbers on the screen that could disappear if the company goes bankrupt or gets in trouble, whatever the trouble is, or get hacked in this AI world. Real estate is a physical asset that people will always need, a place to live. Now, that's peace of mind, and it is priceless. I will add a bonus reason, which is tax advantages. Okay, I said 3, right? I'm just going to add one more because I feel excited about it. But I'm going to give you a bonus 4th reason, the tax advantages. The government actually incentivizes real estate investing through tax code. Here's why. You are providing housing, which is a societal need. So they reward you for that. And I think you deserve it. Meaning, you pay little to no taxes on your cash flow. And when you sell, one may ask, what if I sell? Yes, when you sell, you can use something called 1031 exchange to defer your capital gain taxes and roll over your profits into a bigger property. Like if you're buying another property, you sell so that you can buy another property. You can do this over and over, building wealth without ever paying taxes until you're ready to do so. Compare that to your W-2 job where taxes are taken out before ever you see your paycheck. Real estate investors play by different set of rules. The rules that can help you keep more of what you earn in your pocket. So this is the path to financial freedom, I believe. Yes, I always say that. It is my perspective. I always say you're entitled to yours. So let's bring all that together. Financial freedom is not just about getting rich. It's about having your money to work for you and not dependent on your time anymore. Real estate gives you leverage to multiply your returns. It gives you 5 profit centers that you will have for yourself that will be working for you simultaneously. It gives you control over your investments and it gives you tax advantage and keeps more of your money in your pocket. The path is simple. You buy your first property, then another, then another. Over time, your rental income grows until it replaces your paycheck. That is when you are completely free. It's not going to happen overnight, but it will eventually happen if you commit to the journey. All right, we've covered a lot. We've talked about leverage. We've talked about multiple centers. We've talked about control. And of course, the tax advantages. These are the reasons why real estate is the best path to financial freedom. In my next video, I am going to do comparison, real estate versus stocks, which is actually better. We will look at the numbers, the risk, and help you decide whether you put your money here or you put your money there. And remember, you also can keep both. And financial freedom remaining, making your money work for you and not tied to your time alone. I hope this video has been insightful for you about real estate and how powerful it is for your financial freedom as part of your path to financial freedom. Thanks for watching. This is Profit with Purpose, and I will see you in the next video.